Okay guys, how's it going? So in this video I'm going to talk about a super confusing topic. Basically, this video is for all the people who are coming from Ableton's previous versions, like Ableton Live 9 for example. I used to use Ableton Live 9 for the longest time, for the past years. I think ever since it was released, and now I had to make the switch to 11 because 9 is kind of unsupported in Mac OS because of the 64 and 32-bit situation. But yeah, that's kind of irrelevant for this video, so I'm not going to go into depth with this topic. But the point here is, I wanted to crop a sample and I wanted to use the Detune controls to adjust the sample to fit into my project settings BPM. And I wasn't able to do it because I just pulled up the window and searched in the section right over here, and all I was able to find was this pitch section right over here, but there is no detune section. So for everyone who's coming from 9, you are probably used to this interface right here. The thing is, if I want to adjust this waveform audio here, my sample, so that this point here, this transient, aligns with this loop section right here, I'm not able to do it using the pitch control because you can see it is way too extreme. I cannot find the point here. Even if I go like -1, it's way too aggressive. We're already past that point and I can't align those two. I can't align this transient with this loop section right over here. So basically, this is the point where you would use the detune section. But right over here, there's no detune section. And I searched for this topic all over the internet, and I don't even know how much time I spent. I think it was like half an hour, and I searched for a video like this one here I'm currently making on YouTube, and I wasn't able to find anything. And also, this guy over here says he isn't able to find any information about it in the internet. Actually, it is not this post, it was another Reddit post, but this guy right here says Ableton Live 11 can find detune, fine-tune by sand slider. I recently upgraded from Live 10 to Live 11 and can't find the option to tune by fractions of a semitone anymore. The release note says the transpose control now has a dial control for transposing in semitones and a text slider control for fine tune in sands. I actually checked the manual and it is literally written like this, and I don't even know what the sentence means. This one here. And a text slider control. What is a text slider control? So the thing is, this topic, I don't even know. This used to be a simple task, but now it's kind of complex. It is not labeled anymore, and also the manual is super confusing in regards to the topic. And this is like, for producers of modern music, this is a heavily used feature, and I don't even know what they thought about changing it towards that direction. But that's a whole nother topic. So the thing is, there are two camps of people. One camp is not able to find any kind of detune function in Ableton Live 11 to basically do increments of half tones or semitones. So let me word it easier. So there are two camps of people. One camp of people is not able to find the detune function anymore as of Ableton Live 11, and the other camp of people says the function is still there, it just isn't labeled. So I thought, okay, I don't even know what to do with this kind of information, because the people who said it is still there, it just isn't labeled, were for some kind of reason not able to explain how to use it. So here we are, and I just figured out how to use it, and therefore I'm going to make this video, so I may be able to help you with that topic. The thing is, if you use this pitch control, we already noticed that it is way too extreme. So this is not our detune function. But the pitch function control over here actually updates those digits right over there. So if you transpose towards the negative, you get a negative number in the display over here. If you move it towards a positive, you get a positive number in the display over here. So this button is linked directly to this display. And what is extremely confusing is the fact that there is another section right over here. And if you click the section, the gray highlight will switch over. As you see, if I click this section, gray highlight switches over. If I click this one, gray highlight switches over. And now I'm able, by clicking on the left mouse button and pushing the mouse towards my screen, to basically detune into the positive direction, or if I move the mouse towards myself, I'm able to detune in a negative direction. But there is no label, and there's actually no label that says that this right over here is the detune section anymore. It used to be there in Ableton Live 9. And also, this whole display is linked to the pitch control. So this is extremely confusing. I don't know what they thought about this change, because it just doesn't make sense. If you use this button and you see that the digits over there in this display are updating, you automatically associate this display over here with the pitch control and not with a detune function. And now all of a sudden you have to click in a super tiny window right next to it on the right hand side, click with your mouse and then move your mouse while clicking to adjust this. And this is and I guess this is what they meant with text slide control. But this is super cryptic basically. I don't even know how to describe it. It is super confusing. It is super strange. I don't know why they did it, but they did. And here we are now. So I don't want to make this too long. I'm going to demonstrate for you how the sample is adjusted, just for your notice. So this is basically the sample unedited.
Give me some of that. Give me some of that.
You can hear it doesn't really fit. It is not super bad, but it just doesn't fit. If I'm going to use the pitch control and pitch it one semitone down, it sounds like this.
Give me some of that. Give me some.
Now you can see it is actually the pitch is lowered and also the sample is still not fitting. If I tune it a semitone up,
Give me some of that.
you can clearly hear that the pitch went up, and that's not what we want, and also the sample still isn't fitting. And now I'm going to play the original one.
Give me some of that. Give me some of that.
And now if we zoom in there, select the sample, and I'm going to use the detune on the right hand side as I showed you, and detune it so that the transient, this transient right over here, aligns with the end of the loop like this. And now if I hit play,
Give me some of that. Give me some of that. Give me some of that.
you can hear the sample is literally perfect right now. So this is why you need your detune function, and therefore I can understand why they removed the label for it. And I also don't understand why it is so complex to just adjust this. Like even the action of adjusting it by using the left click mouse and dragging it over your mouse pad towards you or the screen is kind of super weird. And yeah, so I don't want to make this too long, so I guess I will cut the tape here. Yeah, thank you for watching. I hope I was able to help you guys. See you in the next one. Peace out.